Always great to visit with Brad, and he's in Milwaukee getting ready for that Mariners-Brewers series. And Brad, you've been around this club for nearly 3 decades. They celebrated their 50th anniversary season at T-Mobile Park. Give us your impressions of that event.
I thought it was really cool. For me, selfishly, I enjoyed seeing a lot of the guys that I covered. You go back to that 2001 team, my first full year, there was probably 10 guys on that team, including those guys. There's Dan there and Ichiro and Booney. And, it's fun to catch up with a Mark Langston and Jamie Moyer, Lou Piniella. It's really cool to see Beltre and see Raul Ibanez, some of my favorite guys that I've covered over the years. And, that was cool for me to see them and say hi and catch up. But for the players themselves, I've heard many of them talk about, we haven't seen these guys in decades. We haven't played against these guys or haven't seen Bruce Bochy in forever, right? Or Mike Jackson in, forever. And seeing the current guys honored as well. I thought it was just a really well-done ceremony and just shows you kind of the rich history and the great players that the Mariners have had. So I think it was a great weekend. And unfortunately, the results weren't great on the field, but man, they nailed that ceremony. It was really cool, and everybody had a great day. They all said first class, loved the weekend.
Yeah, with that weekend, was there anyone that you were kind of pleasantly surprised to see that showed up that weekend? And then on the flip side, anyone that you kind of wish was there that didn't make it?
Yeah, for sure. Kyle Seager. That's my guy. For him not being able to make it was too bad. I was looking forward to seeing him. Some guy, I was surprised, and maybe you guys were as well, with the reception for A-Rod. I really thought that they would continue to boo him. But the fans, I guess, were in a forgiving mood that weekend, and maybe just kind of honoring the 50 greatest players, honoring what he did on the field, not off the field and after, and he continues to be himself. But I guess good for the Mariners to kind of acknowledge A-Rod for the player he was. So I was a little surprised, though, that there weren't more boos, but I guess looking back, it was the right thing to do.
Yeah, I think they read the room and kind of knew what vibe to go with there. The Mariners announced today the final series of the regular season will be Rick Rizzs Farewell Weekend, honoring his 41 seasons as a Mariners broadcaster. Can you give us some thoughts on Rick and what he's meant to this organization?
He is, he's the best. Everybody talks about Rick Rizzs being a great announcer, and he is. He's one of those guys where you listen to him and you just feel good. You're just happy listening to Rick. Whether you're down 10 or up 10, you just enjoy Rick and his broadcast. As a human being, he's second to none. Just being around this guy and what he does for the community and his Toys for Kids, I've helped him out and been with him on that for the last 15 years or so. And just to see him behind the scenes, what he does, and just how much love he has for the community and how much they embrace him and love him back. It's really inspiring for someone like me to be like, man, could I ever be like Rick Rizzs? That would be an ultimate goal for me. This guy is just the best, and I can't wait for that weekend. There's going to be some guys back. I was talking to Junior last weekend, and he said that he wanted to be the last player or last person that Rick ever interviews on air. So, he's going to be back. So it's going to be real special. He's got the fireworks, probably all Italian songs for Rick. And just seeing him and honoring him, so deserved. It's going to be a really fun weekend. I can't wait. And he's going to cry about 50 times.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah,
At least.
He admits he's a big old crier, that's for sure. We had him on the show last week, and he showed us an exclusive video on his phone from Griffey, a message that Griffey had sent him. And I don't know if you've had a chance to see it, but Griffey likes to clown him. And there was just a bunch of fun stuff on there that people the public would never get to see. But to see that as a private message, I said, you'll have that forever, man.
Yeah. Is that the one where he was saying that he sees them all the time, so it wasn't a big deal to see Junior that weekend?
Yeah.
Was it that message?
With a few other choice words in there, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how he bleeped it out for you, but yeah, good for him.
Yeah, man. But it was cool seeing, obviously you've had some time with Griffey, but just seeing Griffey around there. Did you have any other chance to chat with him? Because all we do these days is see him with his camera, and he's at these different events, big events as well, really enjoying the photography side of his life.
Yeah, he's there on a safari right now for 16 days, taking the camera, and he'll take he told me he'll take 10,000 pictures or so and go through all of them and then pick out the best ones. So yeah, his life is fantastic. I just like to hear what he's doing, what's up, the trips he does, the places he goes, like you said. It's what a life.
Yeah.
Don't never grow up, Junior. I love it. And he'll be back, I think twice, he said, and definitely that last weekend of September for sure for Rizzy. And it just shows you how great Rick is, right? Yeah. Junior wants to come back. Valley wants to come back. Buhner wants to come back. All these guys, they've become just friends and family to him. And it's just awesome to see. Can't wait for him.
Cool.
You just triggered a really important question for me, personality-wise. If you were to go on a safari, who's the one animal you've got to see, you're taking pictures of, or interviewing in your case?
One animal? Mm-hmm. I guess I'd go right for lion, king of the jungle, I guess, the best. Yeah, giraffe would be too. You and I aren't real tall, so a giraffe would be hard. Yeah, I would say maybe cheetah because they're the fastest.
Yeah.
Cheetahs are my favorite.
I might do that.
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
And because little known fact, cheetahs are like very introverted. They're very calm, very sweet. They actually need when they're in captivity, they need a dog with them to kind of like bring out their personality.
So almost like a pet.
Yeah, they get their own pet dog.
Cheetah.
It's like Ariel Arsuno's Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom with Ariel Arsuno. Oh, man. All right. Hey, Brad, thanks a lot for the visit, and enjoy the series. I know we will, and we'll see you when you get back.
You bet. I'm going to try to go down the slide out in center field. So
nice.
see how that goes.
All right,
a lot of guys have gotten hurt, so I got to be careful.
Wear protection.
Not young anymore, Paul.
That's right, buddy. You know that. All right, thanks, my man.